Okay, dear student, listen carefully. आज हामी केही नयाँ युनिट लिएर आएको छौँ भने जुन युनिट तपाईँले बुझिहाल्नु भएको छ हेरिहाल्नु भएको छ के रहेको छ भन्दाखेरि क्लासिफिकेसन अफ लिभिङ थिङ्स के अरे क्लासिफिकेसन अफ लिभिङ थिङ्स रहेको छ जुन भनेको धेरै नै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ तपाईँले बेसिकली धेरै जसो क्लासमा सोधिरहेको छ यो भनेपछि तपाईँले क्लास 10 को लागि पनि इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ 11 12 एन्ड ब्याचलर्स अल्सो अनि ब्याचलर्स डिग्रीको लागि पनि के रहेछ भन्दाखेरि यो इम्पोर्टेन्ट रहेछ एसीको यति कुरा बुझ्नु पर्यो क्लासिफिकेसन अफ लिभिङ थिङ्स भन्न के हो र यो क्लास लिभिङ थिङ्सलाई के गर्नु क्लासिफाइड गर्नु विभिन्न किसिमले के गर्नु रे क्लासिफाइड गर्नु भन्नाले यसलाई छुट्याउने काम गर्नु होइन अब यसको सिमिलारिटिज अनुसार होइन यसको हेबिटेट कस्तो छ यसको हेबिट कस्तो छ यसको सेलुलर स्ट्रक्चर कस्तो छ यसको न्युट्रिसन कस्तो छ यसको रिप्रोडक्सन कस्तो छ होइन विभिन्न बेसिसहरूमा यसलाई छुट्याइएको छ होइन त्यो कुरा हामीले बुझ्नु पर्यो अब यसलाई के बुझ्नु पर्यो अर्गानिजम निडेड टु बी sorted into डिस्टिnctive ग्रुप बाय what is the common member of the group this is known as classification and the science of classification known as taxonomy के अरे साइन्समा के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि जुन भनेको क्लासिफिकेसन गर्छौँ हामीहरूले त्यसलाई हामीले के भन्छौँ अरे ट्याक्सोनोमी भन्छौँ आउन सकिन्छ स्टडी अफ क्लासिफिकेसन इज कल्ड ट्याक्सोनोमी तपाईँलाई भन्न सक्नु पर्यो यो भनेको भेबिआई भनेपछि धेरै नै इम्पोर्टेन्ट रहेको छ टेक्सोनोमी इज द फर्मल क्लासिफिकेसन अफ अर्गानिजम बेस्ड अन डिग्री अफ द रिलेटेड अमङ द ग्रुप अफ द बिगिङ कन्सेन्ट्स considered. It is more than system of the outer but is actually the dynamic science of the explorer of the relationship between similarities. यो कुराहरू तपाईँले बुझ्नु परेन यहाँ एउटा कुरा बुझ्नु पर्यो तपाईँहरूले बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर पढ्नु भएको होला हो यो बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर भनेपछि हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ द मोडर्न मेथड अफ द क्लासिफिकेसन डिभाइड इन द स्विडिस बोटानिस्ट यो भनेको स्विडिस भनेको बोटानिस्टको नेम हो आउन सक्ने स्विडिस एन्ड द क्यार लुमिनस के अरे क्यार लुमिनस भनेको हु इज ड्राइभ द बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर द केयरलेस इन द इन 18th सेन्चुरी 1707 to 1718 सम्ममा चाहिँ बाँच्नु भएको थियो हो डिभाइज इन सिस्टम बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर सो scientists with the different language could communicate clearly and Latin was used as the it was the language of the यति कुरा बुझ्नु पर्यो बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर कसले दिनुभएको थियो भन्दाखेरि कार्लस लिम्निस एन्ड द स्विडिस बोटानिस्ट उहाँ भनेपछि कार्लस लिम्निस हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ भनेको स्विडिसको हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने कुरा उहाँले दिनुभएको बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर अब यहाँ हेरौँ त उहाँले जब दिनुभएको त होइन त्यो भने बाइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर सिस्टम यो सिस्टममा के रहेको छ भन्ने कुरा हामीले यसमा हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ के रहेको छ अरे डोमेन रहेको छ किङडम रहेको छ फाइलम रहेको छ डिभिजन इन प्लान्टमा रहेको छ क्लास रहेको छ अर्डर रहेको छ फ्यामिली रहेको छ जिनस रहेको छ स्पेसिस रहेको छ अब यति कुरा छ होइन अब यति कुरालाई हामीले प्रत्येक कुरा बुझ्नु पर्यो कि डोमेन केलाई भनिन्छ डोमेनमा के कुरा पर्छ किङडम रहेछ किङडममा के कुरा पर्छ फाइलम रहेछ फाइलममा के कुरा पर्छ होइन त्यसपछि क्लास रहेछ क्लासमा के कुरा पर्दो रहेछ अर्डर रहेछ अर्डरमा के पर्दो रहेछ फ्यामिलीमा के पर्दो रहेछ जिनस हो जिनस भनेको के हो स्पिसिस भनेको के हो यो सबै कुरा हामीहरूले बिस्तारै चाहिँ बढ्दै जान्छ यहाँबाट हेर्नु ल फर्स्टमा हामी लिएको छौँ डोमेन के अरे यो डोमेन भनेको के हो द हाइगेस्ट एन्ड के अरे द हाइगेस्ट एन्ड मोस्ट एक्सक्लुसिभ ट्याक्सोनोमिक ऱ्याङ्क यो भनेको के हो सबभन्दा हाइगेस्ट के हो र यसको भनेपछि टेक्सोनोमिक ऱ्याङ्क हो र भनेपछि मोस्ट इन्क्लुसिभ पनि रहेछ है दे आर थ्री डोमेन वाट हाउ मेनी डोमेन एन्ड देयर आर थ्री डोमेन BBI how many domains are there okay bacteria archaea and bacteria archaea and these three types of the domains are there. These domains are based on fundamental difference in cellular structure and genetic nature. What the basis of the divided in the three different domains? They are the basis of the cellular structure and genetic structure. What? Cellular structure and Genetic structure. This one is also BBI for your MCQs basis. What the basis of the classified three domains? Yes, or these domains. That means the bacteria, archaea, and the eukarya. Basis of the cellular structure and the genetic makeup, we are classified in the three domains. Okay, so we also discuss about the domains. First of all, discuss about the kingdom. What is kingdom? Look at here. Each domain is further divided into kingdom based on more specific characters. In domain eukaryote there are several kingdom including animalia, plantia, fungi, and protista. Each kingdom is divided into various, sorry, each domain is divided into, or subdivided into various kingdom, like that. Like kingdom in the kingdom eukarya there are several kingdom like that: animalia, plantia, fungi, and protista. These are the kingdom of the what? Which domain? Eukarya domain. Okay. So next is the phylum. What? Phylum. Look at here. What is phylum, and what the basis of the we classified in the phylum, and what the meaning of the phyla here also? Which kingdom? Which each kingdom? Sorry, within each kingdom organisms are grouped into phyla based on their characteristics. What? Phyla is the singular form, phylum is the plural forms. Okay. For example, in the Animalia kingdom, in which kingdom? Look at here: Animalia, Plantia, and Fungi, and Protista. So, in the Animalia kingdom, the Chordata phylum is include animals. What? The Chordata phylum is include animals which are no notochord. What? Notochord such as vertebrate. In the phylum, phylum is basically based on made for the invertebrates, but in the phylum, in the animalia kingdoms, there are notochord. It means they have the backbones, which means the vertebrates animals. Okay, so let's enter in the another another fourth number is the classes. What? Classes. Phyla are subdivided. What? Phyla is the same simple forms. Look at here. Phyla are subdivided into classes based on more detailed features in this core data. What? In the core data phylum. Do you know that core data phylums? Core data minus phylum is vertebrata phylums. We can be also called the vertebrate phylums. The Mammalia class. What? The Mammalia. What do you mean by Mammalia? Which directly what? Give the birth. Class include animals with mammary gland. Sorry, mammary gland and hair. Sorry, not a direct birth. Which have the mammary glands, which we produce the what? Milk, and the hairs also, that is also included in the chordata phylums. Look at here. Order. What? Order. Classes are further divided into orders based on the specific characters and the evolutionary relationships. Okay. For instance, in the mammalia class, carnivora order include the animals like dog, cats, primary meat eaters. Do you know that carnivora? Carnivora meat which only eat the what? Fleas. That is called the carnivora. Okay. And look at here. Sixth number is the family. Orders are broken down into families. What? Order are broken down into families. Simply we should be know this. First is what? Look at here. First is domain, second is kingdom, third is phylum, and fourth is class, and five is order, and sixth is what? Family. So family is broken down by with the weight, the orders. From the orders, which are groups of closely related organisms that share many common characters. For example, Felidae family including all the species of cats. Okay, so look at here. Next is the genus. What? Genus. Look at here. What do you mean by genus? Families are divided into genera. Do you know that the genes? Yes. Plurals form of the genera is genes. Okay, which basically found in the what? DNA. which also carry the what? Genetic informations. Okay, which represent group of species that are even more closely related. Okay, organisms within the same genus share a more recent common ancestor. For example, within the Phalidia family, the Panthera genus, including lions, tigers, and the leopard. These all are the group like the genus. Look, another is the species. What? And what do you mean by a species? Look at here. And what is a species? Like the most species level taxonomy and the species represent of the group organism, the interbreed and the produce fertile offspring. What? Fertile offspring. Each species has a unique scientific name, typically in Latin or Greek, consisting of two parts. The genus name capitalized we are written, we have to be right always this genus name in the capitalized in the capitally, and the species name in the lowercase letter, like capitalized means A, B, C, these types. Okay, and which should be always right, and their species name in the lowercase letters. Okay, for example, the scientific name for the domestic cat is Felis catus. Felis catus. Okay, Felis catus. Felis catus. Felis is F is started from the capital letters, and the catus is started from the lowercase letters. Okay, so here the Felis is the what genus, and the catus is the what a species. So it means the name of the cat is in the, and the genus is there, what phallus, and the catus is the a species. Okay, taxonomy for, okay, so let's introduce about your domain. What is domains? So look at here, domain. Okay, so domain is the basically, look at here, there are three domains: prokaryotes, archaea, and eukaryotes. Yes, which is basically division by the very different or the very unique characters of in these animals, or in the, yes, in our animals, or in the plantias, or the different types of the, there are with organisms. Okay, so first is the prokaryotes. What? Prokaryotes, first is the bacteria is called, we also call the prokaryotes. Okay, so organism in this category have a cell that lack of true nucleus. What? Simply lack of true nucleus. What do you mean by nucleus? Nucleus is the brain of the organism. What? Nucleus is the brain of the organism. Simply you have to be noted. Noted. So in the prokaryotes there are not a true nucleus. What? Lack nucleus means not a true nucleus. They have a false nucleus and false nucleus. Okay, and so lack membrane bounded organs. There are also lacks of membrane bounded organs. Lack bounded means, membrane bounded means outer surface. Okay, typical example is bacterium cell. Example of the prokaryotes is bacterium cell. Okay, next is the archaea. What? Archaea. These are organisms that live in the extreme environment condition. What? They are organisms live in the basically in the extreme environment condition, like hot spring and extreme cold environments. Basically, archaeas live in the extreme environments like the hot springs. Hot spring means very hot layers. Okay, and the spring seasons, and the extreme cold environment like the hilly regions. Yes, okay, they are sometimes classified as a type of bacteria, and hence are called the archaebacteria. Also they are also we classified in the bacteria, so that's we call the archaebacteria. Sorry. Okay, listen. Next is the eukaryotes. What? Eukaryotes. Look at here. Organisms in these categories have a true nucleus. What in the prokaryotes there are lack of true nucleus, but in the eukaryotes there are presence of true nucleus. It means they have a nucleus. Have membrane also. Okay, what have a membrane also bounded by organelles. Okay. Kingdom Protista, fungi, animalia, plantia are kingdom under these domains. What? In this domain present a kingdom Protista, fungi, animalia, plantia, and kingdom in this domain. So it means Protista has the true nucleus and fungi has the also true nucleus and the animalia has the also true nucleus and the plantia has the also true nucleus. But in the bacterium cells there are not a true nucleus. It means the lack of the true nucleus and the also lack of the membrane bound organelles in the prokaryotes. Okay, let's enter in the kingdoms. Okay, so look at kingdoms. There are various types like the we already in binomial nomenclature systems like the two kingdom system, three kingdom system, four kingdom system, five kingdom system, and also we already read about that of the six kingdom systems also. There are six kingdom system also, but in this unit we only discuss about the five kingdom systems. So the five kingdom systems are firstly mentioned here. First here, kingdom monera, which basically based or found in the prokaryotes domain. What is the prokaryotes here? Prokaryotes here is the domains. What? Domain. Okay. Which has what? Which has what? Look at. In the prokaryotes, there are not a true nucleus and the lack of the nucleus and the lack of the bound membrane bounded. Yes, am I right? Yes. Okay, first in the kingdom monera and second in the kingdom protista, which is eukaryotes. What is that is the eukaryote means they have a true nucleus, yes, and also have the membrane bound links. Okay, third is the kingdom fungi. What? Third is the kingdom fungi. It means eukaryotes. These are they also presents. They what? True nucleus and the fourth is the animalia and fifth is the plantia. Each kingdom have similar characteristics. What here? Note each kingdom have similar characteristics. Not the same, but they have to be the similar characteristics. Okay, so let's discuss about the five kingdom systems. Okay, kingdom monera. What? First is the kingdom monera. Locate. Look at here. In the kingdom monera, look at here. Notes kingdom monera belongs to the prokaryotes family. In which family? Prokaryotes family or domain prokaryote. Yes, prokaryote. The organism belongs to the kingdom do not contain true nucleus. Yes, true nucleus. They have the lac nucleus, true nucleus. These are the oldest known microorganisms on the earth. Monera is the first oldest microorganism on the earth. ये को याद रखना पड़ेगा, right? Their DNA is not enclosed within the nucleus. Their DNA is not enclosed within the nucleus. Monera has the also DNA. Yes, Monera has the present of the DNA, but not enclosed within the nucleus. Okay, they are unicellular organism. What? They are unicellular organism. Monera is the unicellular organism found in the mostly in the moist environment. Which environment is mostly lived or found in the moist environment? Like there have this some amount of the water has the present, so that's the moist environments. There are found in hot spring, snow drifts, and the oceans in the paras or as a parasite in the organisms. Okay, the Monera do not possess any membrane-bound organisms. The Monera do not possess any membrane-boundness. Let us go through the kingdom Monera notes to be explored the characteristics and the classification of the Monera. Okay, Monera, the importance characteristics of the Monera. Look at here. The Monera are unicellular organisms. What? The Monera are unicellular organisms. They contain 70 S ribosomes. Okay, 70 S species ribosomes. The DNA is naked. What the DNA is? Naked and is not bound by nuclear membrane. Naked is very small, very teeny. Also, the lac organ is like mitochondria, lysosome, plastids, Golgi bodies, endosmics, and reticulum, centrosomes is the lac there. In the Monera, there are not mitochondria present, lysosomes present, and the plastids present, Golgi present, endoplasmic reticulum, centrosomes are not with there. So that means the lack of the organ lines. They reproduce asexually by binary fission or budding. They produce asexually. What mean asexually? Required one single parents, that we call the reproductions. They reproduce by the single parently only, and if they are sexually the singles parently, so it's called the binary fissions or the budding also. The cell wall is rigid. What? The cell wall is rigid and made up of the peptidoglycans. In the Monera, the cell wall is made up of the peptidoglycans. Flagellum serve as the peptidoglycans. Basically, they have the more stronger bonded are theirs. Okay, so this video is going to be very large, so that's why we meet in the another videos.